God does not speak with signs of flashes or with loud voice like many people say. He doesn't send an echoey voice throughout the night and warns you. But chances are, if you have been struggling with addiction, which most likely are since you clicked on this video, he has been warning you all this time. But simply you decide to ignore the signs until it's too late, like I used to do back in the past. Back in the past, man, he used to warn me all the time. Every single time I would ask for a sign or something, he would silently give it to me, but I was too blind to see it until my life started falling apart. There I was, literally every single day, indulging into instant gratification, which obviously it's bad for you. If you know the yin and yang principle, you know that after every good comes evil and after every evil comes good. And if you ask me, with my current knowledge, I would always have pain first, then second. And that's what I used to do wrong back then. I always used to indulge into poor instant gratification, which was in the forms of eating a cookie first thing in the morning, jerking off literally 5 minutes after I wake up, and for the rest of the day I would literally just continue on and play video games only to repeat the same thing again. And then I wondered why I had no friends. I wondered why my life sucked. I wondered why my mental health has gone to literal crap. Well, he warned me. He gave me signs, but I never listened. Until 2 years later, there I am, literally about to commit suicide, because within one single day, thanks to my online girlfriend who told me that if I wanted to save the relationship, I had to masturbate 30 times, I did. And there I was, feeling helpless. Feeling like a waste of space, food and air upon this world that somebody else could use. And I felt like I do not deserve to live. Before I committed though, I just decided to check my phone, and there it was again, another sign. Back then I used to watch this YouTuber like Ninja, top of the morning to you ladies, my name is Jacksepticeye, those green hair guys and all of these people, PewDiePie, you know who I'm talking about, bro, you've been there. And I see this dude, he's bald, he recorded a video, no thumbnail, it literally has a simple title, and I click on the video. He literally summarizes my entire life within 3 minutes, and from that point onward I just start being a loyal follower of this thing which is called self-improvement, and it was because of someone up there, and you know who I'm talking about right now. So maybe you've been blind to these signs, and maybe you want to open your eyes. Maybe that's why you are still watching this video. Well, what are the 5 signs that God gives you daily, perhaps, that you are missing? First of all, have you ever noticed that you feel restless? There is something missing inside your life. You have been doing all of these cool activities, such as playing video games, doing instant gratification, going out with friends, jerking off, fucking woman and stuff like that. However, there is something missing inside your life. There is this sense of appreciation that you used to love whenever you would get it from other people or from yourself. However, nowadays it's gone. You don't know where it is. It's literally non-existent, and you don't know what to make out of it. And there you are thinking, bro, what is this? Well, that's a sign that you're doing something that you are not supposed to do. If you feel restless after you jerk off, that's obviously not for you. So pick up that sign and correct course. What's the number 2 sign that can actually happen inside your life? Well, it's quite interesting. Have you ever thought about that guilt and shame might be connected to this? Why do you feel guilt? Why do you feel shameful whenever you do such an activity, such as jerking off, even though in reality you know for a fact that you could have used the time for something productive instead of jacking off right now, wasting your testosterone, time and energy? Well, that sense of guilt and shame, that's another sign, warning you, putting in front of you a stop sign, telling you, please stop with this, it's not for you. Well then, what do you need to do? Again, correct course and take action upon this. Don't just ignore it. Whenever you feel bad, you're not just gonna go on and ignore it. Whenever you're in the woods and your friend gets killed by a tiger because you heard a whoosh in the bushes, you're not gonna walk through the forest again, hear the same whoosh and just stay quiet. You're gonna run away, or you're gonna call some help. because you saw your friend getting murdered. So if you get a negative emotion inside your life about anything, and if it repeats itself, that's just insanity. Why do you allow yourself to repeat the same emotion? Stop and take action. Number 3 is pretty self-explanatory. Your life is stagnating. You're literally stagnant. You haven't made progress in such a long time. You have been thinking about starting a company. You have been thinking about starting self-improvement. You have been thinking about going to the gym. Meanwhile, somebody like me who goes to the gym is recording a video for you right now. Meanwhile, there you are still trying to start. And I'm not saying this in a negative way. Maybe you have already started, but that's what a lot of people do. A lot of people just wait. A lot of people just keep quiet, just keep within themselves, and they always wait for something to happen inside their lives, for something to just gift them the body out of their dreams. Well, it's not gonna happen. What do you think will happen if you jerk off every single day? It's very simple, man. Just reverse engineer the entire process. If you continue getting the same result you used to get every single day so far for the following 3 years, where do you see yourself? If you ask me, bro, I see myself in a literal underground bridge trying to survive by eating scraps if I actually masturbate. That's where I see myself. And to be quite honest with you, it's not far from the truth. What can you really do when you basically hate your life? Pretty much nothing. And what's the way to break this? Again, open your eyes and don't allow this same thing to come back again. Instead of that, take action. That's the best thing you can do for yourself. Number 4 is you're losing control. What do I mean by this? Well, this one is quite interesting. As a man, you have the ability and the control over a woman, over your own woman. I'm not a misogynist. Over your woman, over your car, over everything. You are a person, a species that has been born upon this world to conquer. And this is a fact because Alexander the Great, Napoleon Bonaparte, name whoever you want, even Abraham Lincoln, were such great leaders that they became one of the most famous people in history. Macedonian people know about Alexander the Great, but you know who else knows? The entire world. And why? Well, because he was a man with a purpose, with ambition, and he actually wanted to change something inside his life. That's why he made this happen. That's why we all remember him as the great hero of the past who used to do amazing stuff with his life. And that was because he had some sort of self-control. Now that's debatable, of course, because he had a wrong self-control when it came down to success. However, when it came down to indulging into poor behaviors, such as taking the back lines of front of the entire battlefield, he decided to not take that action. And he decided to choose the pain and go first in the army, to attack first, to be exposed in danger. And that's why we all respect him. That's why every single person that was fighting with him loved him. Literally in India, as he was saying to his weak and fragile army, which had gone through so much, he literally just said them, I've been with you for centuries, within every single battle, something like that. And they just say in reply, yes, and we love you for it. And then they say whatever they need to say. But that's the thing. That this was a great leader, and you are capable of such activities. You're capable of leading movements. Every single person nowadays, every single man, unless he is a leader, how do you think will he survive? Well, no, he won't. He will be a mediocre person at best, and that's it. So start taking action. If you see yourself losing control by lust, because you'd rather indulge into lust than actual work. If you see yourself dodging your work like a bullet, stop and pause for a second and see what happens. Wait, I'm actually right now about to procrastinate on my work simply because I wanna watch some random movie about sex. Are you kidding me right now? You should get disgusted by that, and you should go forward and pursue your work even more. And number 5 is the constant reminders, and you can't ignore them anymore. It's simply impossible. You've gotten so many reminders so far throughout your life. You've seen videos on YouTube. You've seen examples in real life. You've just randomly bumped into some person who was particularly jacked and was basically nice with you and told you to go in the right direction. Maybe you even got some sort of a devilish sign, where perhaps the act wasn't so nice, however you got the message. Maybe you got it in the wrong way though. Maybe you bumped into someone and they were like, "Where the fuck are you going, you skinny bitch?" Well, look at yourself. Do you look skinny? If you do, he has the right to call you skinny. Go into the gym and see what happens. You will be back with the same person, and instead, when he bumps into you next time, he will be like, "I'm sorry, bro." Then he will just leave because he's afraid of you, because he sees just discipline written all over your body. So stop ignoring the signs. You've seen even this video, and if you're still watching, it would be a shame to let this go to waste. So stop ignoring them and take action. And I want to leave you with a final note, which is God does not want you to fail, and there is never a limited time for redemption. You will always have time for redemption, but don't abuse that. Don't be like that, like those people. For example, Sophie Rain. "Oh yeah, I'm a Christian, yes, but however, God will forgive me, even though I do OnlyFans right now. He will forgive me." Don't abuse it. Don't use it within your own advantage. Instead, use it as a benefit. Use it as something that is great, something lovely. You love this. He loves you. So why don't you go on and make him proud? Why don't you go on and literally show him what type of person he's created upon this world, so that at the end of your life, there you are, waiting in this line of people who are waiting to enter quote-unquote heaven, and then you see him sitting on a stool over there, and opposite of him are the people that are getting the interviews, and they go fairly quickly, and now it's your turn. You sit down and he starts listing the things that you've accomplished throughout your life. He says that you've raised children, he says that you've done that, he says that you have done, I don't know, worked a 9-to-5 job, and then he starts reading the things that you could have accomplished. And there are so many. You could have gotten this Guinness World Record, you could have been to space, you could have accomplished this specific archetype within this world so that many people get saved. However, you didn't do anything of that. And then he leaves you to go into heaven just to think about, hey, what did I do with my life? Now that's hell, to know that you've not lived up to your fullest potential. Instead, why don't you go on throughout this life with the intention of making him take his pen again and write more things on his paper about you, because you are you are destined for good things. He expects you to accomplish all of these things. All you need to do is just commit. That's it. So commit, go on and do it, get that Guinness World Record, commit to this purpose of yours, start indulging into actual pain. First of all, pain, and then later on you get the reward for it, and just continue doing this for a good while. And before you know it, there he is writing again, because you surprised him with the amount of things you accomplished in your life. So that being said, brother, I can speak all I want. However, many people, maybe you are one of them, will not take action because they believe, "Oh yes, I will do it after rewards. Oh yes, man, that's cool and all. However, I do have some work right now, so I will seriously do it later." And then you forget. Meanwhile, that work is literally going and watching a movie that you could still watch later on. Stop coping. Stop giving in within resistance. And stop ruining your life. And to stop you from doing this, I want you to click the first link to join my free community. It's completely free, so you have no excuse. And I want you to write down a post within about what you've learned from this entire video and what topics, what signs exactly have you experienced throughout your life. Ask yourself this question and let us know what happened. Until next time, you can click over the video you see over my head to learn even more. So thank you, brother, and I will see you in the next one.